So this is why Karma Yoga becomes an integral first step in your spiritual journey. Because till you can clear the dirt, your mind will not be ready to sit in meditation. Until you sit in meditation, you cannot realize yourself. So this is where we stopped last time, and we will continue now with Shloka 36. We will be chanting it. I know that it's difficult if you're not used to chanting in Sanskrit. I know it's little strange and it's little difficult, but you're on mute. So chant anyway. I can't hear how you're chanting, but over time it will become easier, and there are great benefits of chanting the Bhagavad Gita. One day I will tell you about that also. So now we are on chapter 3, Shloka 36. Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Arjun Uvacha Atha Kena Prayuktoyam
Atha kena prayuktoyam
Papam Charati Purushaha
Papam charati purushaha
Anichanna Pivashneya
Anichanna pivashneya
Baladiv Niyojitaha.
Baladiva niyojitaha
All together. Atha kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichanna pivashneya baladiva niyojitaha. What does it mean? It means Arjun Uvacha, means Arjun said, now impelled by what, Krishna, does this man commit sin, even involuntarily, as though driven by force? This is a question each one of us must have asked ourselves at some time or the other. Let's first understand the meanings of the words before we understand the verse itself. Atha means now. Varshneya. Varshneya is another way of calling Bhagwan Krishna because he belongs to the Vrishni dynasty. Varshneya. Now Krishna, prayukto, impelled, forced, impelled, propelled, pushed. Kena, by what? Ayam Purusha, this man, charati, commits, papam, pap, sin, anichannapi, even against his own wish. Iva, as if. Niyojitaha, forced by. Balat, force, by force. Here it means by force, balat. As if forced by, as if propelled by force. So now Krishna, impelled by what does this man commit sin, even against his own wish, involuntarily, as if he is being pushed into committing the sin by force. Instinctively, I'm sure you'll agree with me, that we all know what is right and what is wrong. That much experience we have, that much wisdom we have, our conscience itself tells us what is right and what is wrong. But still, when it comes to action, at that moment we get tempted to do the wrong thing, right or wrong? And not only once, repeatedly, the same situation may happen, and one small voice from inside will say, no, 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 stop it, but that hand has already gone, or the leg has already moved, or the action has already happened. And then all sorts of, turmoil inside. For example, common one, you are on a diet and you're not supposed to eat chocolate cake, right? Or mithai, or whatever your batata vada is. But it's there in front of you. If it wasn't there, it would be okay. But if it's there, then something will tell you, go get it, take it. Then you'll say, no, no, no. But you'll still, just this once, just this one piece. But it doesn't end there. And then your mind will justify it also. I was really tired, or I was really hungry. I missed lunch, so all those calories, are saved, so I can have this one chocolate piece or whatever it is. Or when you're, doing business, that you have to do business or your work or your profession honestly, fairly, but you still succumb to giving the bribe. You still succumb to doing something illegally. And then you justify it. It's the system. It's the system. What else can I do? If I have to do my work, I have to give this bribe. We have heard it many times. So, shall I tell you one more example? So you may be a satsangi, okay? You are not only a satsangi, you may be a sadhak. You may even be a shishya. But when it comes to it, you still indulge in watching porn on the internet. Right? Right? And you justify it by saying, I'm so stressed these days. I'm so stressed. It cools me down, it calms me down, I don't know whatever, you all justify. This question of Arjun to Bhagwan Krishna is the same question we all ask ourselves. Why did I do it? I knew I didn't have to do it. I even realized at that moment that I should not do it. And yet something forced me to do it. Something that is contrary to my goal. So Bhagwan knows that humans make these silly mistakes. So through Arjun, he's telling us all. Even in Mahabharata, Duryodhan has admitted to Bhagwan Krishna that I know what is right and I know what is wrong, but yet I cannot control myself. I cannot stop myself from doing what is wrong. The thing is, a person is free to choose. A person is free to choose between good actions and bad actions. Only till the preference of rag and dvesh doesn't become a habit in the mind. You have a like. At that moment, if it's a new like or not a forceful kind of like, and you have been taught to sublimate your likes, you are not going to keep doing it again and again. Till it becomes a habit, you will be able to choose easily between doing the right thing and the wrong thing. But the minute the preference becomes a habit in the mind, then it's very difficult to become free of that habit. Even though you may hate your own bad habit, it will be very difficult to come out of it because you've given into it many times. Habit means what? Repeatedly doing the action again and again and again. So how does a habit form? Repeatedly you are doing one particular action. So in your mind, the beautiful design of the mind, that if you repeatedly do any action again and again and again, one footprint gets embedded. The footprint becomes embedded means one automatic machine gets created here, which makes you do those actions which are repeated again and again easy for you to do. For example, signing your name. You have done it so many times now with your eyes closed also, you can sign your name, right? So this is a mechanism the Creator has given us, that if there is some action which you have to do again and again and again and again, don't waste your energy, don't waste your time, don't waste your focus. Close your eyes and do it also. Automatic machine is there. Like brushing your teeth. Repeatedly you have done it, it's become a habit. Now you don't have to think, shall I do like this, shall I do like this? It just happens by itself, right? Making roti, not for everyone, for those who make. Then driving a car, you know, some people drive so easily, they put the arm around also somebody, then also they can drive with the left hand also, right hand also. Again and again you have done. One automatic machine has been created inside. Mechanism, mental impression of the action. So you simply don't have to waste now time and effort to do it. You can use that time and effort for other better things which you need to do. Unfortunately, the same thing happens even for bad actions. So if you repeatedly do something which is not beneficial to you, not good for you, then also you have made that impression, and that is the habit. So till this habit, till this impression is forcefully put into your antakaran, you can easily make the choice between good and bad. But once this thing gets established inside and it becomes easy for you to do, first 2-3 times that conscience will prick, I should not have done, I should not do. After that, bindas, you just simply do it. It becomes automatic. Even animals, you teach a parrot to say something, parrot will learn to say. See, Mohit has one parrot in his house. So we saw. You teach that parrot again and again to say something, the parrot will say it. But what are you teaching the parrot to say? You can teach the parrot to say Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, parrot will say Hari Om. But if you teach the parrot something else which I don't want to say, then the parrot will say that also, right? Even the dog can be taught to do tricks. Now whether the dog is being taught to do one harmless trick or some harmful trick, that is up to you. What are you teaching your mind to do? What are you teaching? What habit are you giving? Right? This is for you to understand. So Arjun is asking this same question, which we also should be asking ourselves. Understand, how does this mind work? Why is it happening that even though I know something is wrong, I am still doing it? Okay? And if you keep doing something wrong, you are accumulating more and more pap karma. And pap karma means coming back again and again and again in the cycle of life and death. So now Bhagwan Krishna will answer this question of Arjun's in the next 7 shlokas. Of course, we will not do all 7 today. That we'll do hopefully. Hopefully, I always say hopefully because I never know how much we will finish. Let's go to verse 37.